What's up, people? Cervantes, PR1 here. So, let's talk about the current state of the FGC, right? So, we already got through the release of all the first generation of fighting games, for the first wave of fighting games for this generation, right? Which is Street Fighter 6. We got Tekken 8, obviously. Those are the top two fighting games right now. Mk1 kind of fell off. It sold well, but it just, as far as the competitive scene, the overall community for it, it just seems to have. I mean, it's still there, but it's just competitively, the game's just not doing all that great, right? The participation in the tournaments just isn't super high in terms of numbers. But let's talk about Street Fighter 6, right? Street Fighter 6 is by far my favorite fighting game. It's by far the best fighting game right now. I think the community agrees with me pretty heavily on that. That it's just simply the best fighting game out there. It's just an amazing, amazing product. You know, a lot of people are very, very happy with the game, with the exception of some of the older heads that are kind of like missing Street Fighter 4. Which, by the way, I was just playing casually not too long ago, just to kind of try out the game. It's a game that I played very casually back in the day when, all those years back. But it's a great game, you know what I'm saying? I understand why some people would like older games. And yeah, that's how it is. But overall, Street Fighter 6 is just amazing. The DLC, the content has been great. I guess the only issue would be the timing of the DLC, and the amount of DLC that has come out for the game isn't that great. Like, I wish we had more characters instead of just 4 per year. That's about it. That's my only complaint. Like, I wish there was more costumes more often, which they're working on. They already released costume 4. But yeah, I really like the game. It's my preferred fighting game. I play it a lot. What can I say? It's the best. Simply the best, the most popular, the highest reviewed. You know, satisfaction levels are the highest with this game. It's not perfect. Some people are afraid about some things, mainly like throw loops. But every Street Fighter game has really had issues. Some issues. Like in Street Fighter 4, it was the vortex. In Street Fighter 5, it was like V trigger. Some throw loops in the beginning. They removed them, but whatever. Everybody's always going to complain about something. Like, let's move on to the next game now. So the next game is Tekken 8, right? Let's talk about Tekken 8. Tekken 8 has been doing well. I mean, it's number 2 in popularity as far as the FGC, right? A lot of people like Tekken. However, the main thing about Tekken is that people are overall not happy with this game. I'm not really much of a Tekken player. I kind of never really been a Tekken player. I buy all the Tekken games, but I'm just very, very, very casual when it comes to Tekken. It's just not my kind of game. I prefer Street Fighter. I've always been a Street Fighter player. As far as 3D fighters, I prefer Soul Calibur. But Soul Calibur is dead. So can't really do much about that. But let's talk about Tekken, right? A lot of people have been dropping the game. A lot of people have been unhappy with Tekken, the state of Tekken. The game released, it was very aggressive. The game kind of became more accessible for a lot of players. And, some of the people are unhappy about that, right? They're saying that there's a bunch of plus frames, that there's a lot of like 50-50s, a lot of pressure situations. They're complaining a lot about heat. I don't know. Just people are overall not happy about this. And it's, to be honest, it's the community that's I find the most interesting to like research about, because people are always just talking down on this game. They're saying that you can't really move well in the game, that the movement has been nerfed. Heat is just a problem. A lot of 50-50s. Season 2 completely stuck the knife in the gut of many Tekken players. A lot of people dropped the game in season 2. They just couldn't take it. But they've been somewhat addressing some of the issues, but not completely, according to the community. But hey, Tekken is very popular at Evo. I mean, that game was very popular. There was like 2,000, 2.5, yeah, K entrance. It was a very popular game. It's still a very popular game, but the community is just very, very massively divided on it. People are also not very happy about the DLC when it comes to the game. But hey, I can't really go too in depth when it comes to Tekken because like I don't understand it as much. So there's that. But yeah, it's number 2. It's still number 2, even though people are unhappy with the game. Still number 2. So let's talk about MK here. So, all right. So when it comes to MK, I played the game quite a bit when it first released. I was maining Reiko, right? Which is like my favorite character in this game that just clicked with me. I haven't played this game a whole lot. I played it casually, just similar to Tekken, because like I like Mortal Kombat. I buy all of them, just like Tekken. But I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, I just kind of like didn't really super click with the game, but like I had fun with it. The game is beautiful. I played it on ranked. I had fun. It's got voice chat on the ranked matches. It's pretty cool. But I don't know, man. For some reason, it's just I don't know. I just prefer to play Street Fighter. That's just me. But I mean, the game. I was playing. I think I made it to like rank 20 or something online. Like I played it. I was having fun with it. It's just I don't know. I just prefer Street Fighter. I don't think there's really anything wrong with this game. But the popularity in this game has dropped a lot. Like I don't know. I did think that MKX was a more spectator friendly game than this. It's just one of those things that I can't really explain why people don't like this game. It definitely seems to be better than MK11. I'll tell you that right now because I definitely saw some issues with MK11. I don't know. I'm not really all that crazy interested in MK. You know, the community is very small, but like I don't know. I'll buy it. I'll play it casually, but not like super long term. Funny thing is, I kind of started playing the gamer yesterday a bit just to kind of see what's up with it. But my time is very limited, so dividing my time, for all these different fighting games is kind of like not really doable. So when I do hop on, it's just very casual, just to see what's going on. When I'm like too tired on the grind of Street Fighter 6, I'll just try something like Tekken or Mk1 here and there, but. I'm definitely a noob and a scrub in these games. I'm not really good at all. I'm only good in Street Fighter 6 and Fatal Fury. All right, so those are the 3 big games, man. They've been out, and Street Fighter and Tekken have just been dominating. That's the first wave of all these fighting games. I can't really, that's really all I got to say about all of them. So another game that's been very relevant, that I'm very surprised that's been relevant, is definitely, for sure, Guilty Gear. This game is not part of the first wave of fighting games for this generation. This game came out in 2021. So it's one of the older, fighting games. But it's still relevant, and it's still very, very popular. How do I feel about this game? This game looks beautiful. This game is nice, My only complaint with it is that it felt like they really reduced, like, I guess the depth in this game. I don't know. Like they made it a whole lot more accessible. That's all I gotta say about that. But I played this game before Street Fighter 6 was coming out, and I was having fun with it. But I don't know. I just kind of felt like there wasn't that much depth with the game. But I'm very happy that a lot of people like it, and people, and it's been doing good. It's been at multiple Evos since it came out. It's on like season 4 DLC right now. It's definitely a success for Arxis. Um, it's even alive compared to like Dragon Ball Fighters, which sold way more, but the community in Dragon Ball Fighters isn't as active as this one. So it's cool. You know, they're still releasing characters for this game. This is definitely the main anime fighter game right now. And yeah, I think it's a good game. As far as the depth in the game is the only thing that I don't know. I just feel like it feels like it's too easy to play, you know. So even though I was in ranked kicking ass in this game when I was playing it, like, I don't know, I just felt like it was too easy. Like it didn't feel as rewarding is the kind of word that I'm trying to say. But yeah, congrats to Arxis with this game. It's still very relevant. I wonder when they're gonna release the new Arxis games. Well, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, game's good. Still, I would say this is the number 3 most popular fighting game without a doubt. It's very, very popular. People are. It's got a strong community, which leads me to believe that people are somewhat happy with it. So there's that. Anyways, let's move on. So as far as the other this other fighting game, this is what I like to call, and this isn't really official, but Fatal Fury is like what I like to call the second wave of fighting games for this generation, right? The first wave of fighting games for the generation was definitely Street Fighter 6, Mk1, and Tekken 8. So Fatal Fury released this year, and unfortunately this game isn't all that popular. It had a great entry numbers at Evo, and I was there, and it was cool. And it's a fantastic fighting game. I got no complaints when it comes to this game. It's fantastic. As far as like why it's not that popular, I can't really understand why. If I had to take a guess, it's because it's kind of shares too much DNA with Street Fighter 6. And I don't know. I just can't really explain why this game's not that popular. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just people don't like the name as much. The game, a lot of people that play it think it's awesome. I think it's an awesome fighting game. But I think it kind of suffers probably too much, similarities with Street Fighter. But it's a very solid game. It's just not that popular. People prefer Street Fighter. You know, it's kind of like, it's not about, it's just, that's kind of like the main thing. But I personally am waiting for Joe Higashi to dive in again. Yeah, that's all I got to say about it. It's a fantastic game, but unfortunately it didn't seem to take off as hard as like Street Fighter or even Guilty Gear. That's that. It's a fantastic game. Maybe it'll get better with more releases, more DLC characters. But the game looks good. I think this is SNK's best game since forever. The other SNK game that came out a while ago, years ago, was definitely Samurai Showdown, which I also thought was a fantastic game. But again, just like Fatal Fury, just wasn't all that. It's not that popular. But the game's still alive. The game's getting a lot of DLC. Ken just came out. He plays very great. People are happy with Ken. And that's that. I think the game's gonna kind of have his like niche appeal. You know, I don't think the game's really gonna take off. But I think it'll always be there, and I hope it is. I think it's way better than KOF. But that's that. Yeah, that's that. We'll see how it keeps going. Maybe going forward, it'll have a community similar to Guilty Gear Strive. But I don't know. We'll see by next year by the Evo numbers. The tournament scene seems to be alive for sure. But then again, the game's new. And the game does have a 1 million or 2 million prize pool. As far as like, there's a big tournament out for it. So we'll see. Let's move it on here to the next second game of the second wave of fighting games for the generation. All right. So as far as Marvel Tokon, I played this game at Evo. A lot of people are hyped for this game. 100%. It has to do with it being a sort of Marvel versus Capcom type, game. But it's not. It's more like a one-on-one game with Marvel versus Capcom type assists. But it looks very cool. It's got mass appeal because of it being Arc System Works, and it's also Marvel. So a lot of people are very excited for this game and hyped. And it looks very flashy, which is why people are very excited for it. So as far as like the second generation of fighting games that people are excited for, this is definitely number one as far as the hype and excitement. This game is going to sell very well. It's going to do very well. So I fully expect the people that play Guilty Gear to hop on this, and the people that like Dragon Ball Fighters, and the people that are just very very excited when it comes to Arc System Works games, the people that are fans of Arc Sys, they're going to jump on board with this game. I'm definitely going to be buying it. I played it at Evo. I wasn't like super crazy hype with it. But then again, I only had 15 minutes to play. So there's that. Captain America is definitely my favorite one. When I was playing him, he just felt right for me. And that's that. The game's hyped. Game has a lot of excitement for it. We'll see how it does. All right, moving on to the next one, right? So here we go with my personal most exciting fighting game, right, in the future. It's called Virtua Fighter 6. The reason why I'm excited for Virtua Fighter 6 is because, first of all, just look at this. This is actual gameplay here. This looks amazing. Tekken 8 is not really quite my thing. Tekken has never really been my thing. But Virtua Fighter, I'm hoping will take off. I'm hoping it will be very successful because we need a second 3D fighter. That's not just Tekken. Tekken 8 is the only 3D fighter. It's the only game that's, because Dead or Alive isn't around. Soul Calibur 6 ain't around. Tekken is still around, obviously, but Virtua Fighter hasn't had a release in like 20 years. They're releasing Virtua Fighter 6 sometime in the future, and I'm hoping it's gonna be a hit. But only because, not only, but I'm just hoping that Tekken gets some competition, and I think it has some massive potential to capitalize on the disappointment that it is Tekken 8. So we'll see if the Tekken crowd jumps in on board with this game. I'm very, very excited about this. This is my personal favorite. We'll see. We'll see how it does. Anyways, moving on. Alright, so this game right here, 2XKO. I have to say, I was never excited about this game. I never really cared about it. The character designs aren't really my thing. They're kind of, I don't know, I'm not really into these character designs. It's just a bunch of wacky looking characters. But as far as like the game, it's free to play, so there's really nothing to complain about. I saw it at Evo and in person. I'm not gonna lie, it looked way better in person for sure. But it seems to be one of these like very accessible fighting games with like one button specials and all that. It's free to play. The IP is like League of Legends, so this game has a very high chance of being very successful because it's free to play. It's coming from an IP that's very successful, which is League of Legends. And this game might become very, very mainstream. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. It's very easy to play. It's free to play. And it's League of Legends characters. So we'll have to wait and see how it does. It's releasing pretty damn soon, so you don't got to wait for it. It's free to play. There's nothing that you lose. Will it be a hit? I don't know. When I was at Evo, it was very packed. The place was very, very packed. People were definitely playing this game. But me personally, I'm kind of like, I'll try it out, but I'm not sure. We'll see what it does for the FGC. And then the other game that is coming out, you know, from the second wave of fighting games is definitely Invincible. Now, when I first heard about this game, I was like, okay, I'm not like excited at all for this game, and I'm still kind of at. I mean, I still am not super excited for this game, but to be honest, I saw it at Evo. There was some interest for it. It doesn't seem like a super high budget game, but it's pretty much Marvel vs. Capcom, but with Invincible. And Invincible is a popular show. I like it. It was cool. We'll see. We'll see what it does. I don't think personally it'll be very popular, but it's 3-on-3. It's a versus game, so I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be free to play. I think it's not. If you're having an itch for like a 3 versus 3 fighting game with like blood, just like MK for a change. We'll have to wait and see how it does. I wish I would have tried it at Evo, but I don't know. I was just too busy with other things to try it, and the line was too long. If the line would have been shorter, maybe I would have tried it. I don't know too much about it other than it being a 3 versus 3 fighting game. But yeah, it looks like to have cool combos. The gameplay looks pretty cool. Graphically, it doesn't look too bad either. You know, it doesn't look too bad either. As far as hype levels for this game, I don't think many people are excited for this game. I think people are more excited for 2XKO than this game. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It's going to be one of those games that is probably going to be niche too. But we'll wait and see because it is Invincible. So I don't know. Anyways, that's the state of the FGC. Those are the games and how they're doing, and just my thoughts on them, and you know what most people think about them. And that's it. Have a good one. Take care.